Hey, what's up everyone? Ever wonder which classic games still totally crush it, even years after their release? Well, you're in the right place. Today we're diving into 20 timeless video games that still hold up today. The kind of games that never get old and always deliver that epic gaming experience. So grab your controller, settle in, and let's jump right into it. All right, let me tell you, Red Dead Redemption is one of those games that just grabs you from the get-go and never lets go. Seriously, if you've ever dreamed about living that Wild West life, riding across endless plains, feeling the wind in your hair, this game nails it like no other. The story? Oh man, it's raw and emotional, with Arthur Morgan's journey pulling you deep into a world that feels alive and full of tough choices. The way the landscapes stretch out sunsets lighting up the sky, the crackle of a campfire at night, it's pure magic. Plus the gameplay? Riding horses, intense shootouts, hunting, and exploring every little nook, it all comes together perfectly. If you love games that blend epic storytelling with jaw-dropping open-world adventure, Red Dead Redemption is an absolute must-play. Trust me, once you start, you'll be hooked for hours.
Well, we got rid of the coyotes. I just wish we had saved all the chickens. Let's go. I'll take you back to your room.
Okay, real talk, Half-Life 2 is one of those games that totally changed the way I think about storytelling and gameplay in shooters. Like, you jump in and instantly feel this crazy mix of tension and wonder. The world feels so alive and oppressive, with City 17's dystopian vibe pulling you right into this desperate fight against the Combine. And then there's Gordon Freeman's silent, but somehow the most badass protagonist because you become him. The physics in this game? Next level. I mean, the gravity gun alone made solving puzzles and wrecking enemies feel insanely satisfying and creative. Every encounter, every moment just hits with this perfect blend of action, atmosphere, and story that keeps you hooked from start to finish. If you're into immersive worlds and tight gameplay that never gets old, Half-Life 2 is absolutely a masterpiece you gotta experience. Seriously, it's one of those timeless games that just gets you as a gamer. All right, let me be honest. Mass Effect 2 is that game that completely pulled me into its universe from the very first moment. Like, it's not just a game, it's an emotional roller coaster wrapped in an epic sci-fi adventure. You step into Commander Shepard's shoes, and suddenly every choice you make feels huge, like you're really shaping the fate of the galaxy. The crew? Absolute legends. Each teammate has their own deep story, personality, and moments that hit you right in the feels. And the blend of intense combat with crazy rich storytelling? It's seamless. The galaxy feels massive, alive, and full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Plus, the soundtrack and the visuals still hold up beautifully, making every mission feel like a blockbuster movie. If you want a game that's equal parts heart-pounding action and unforgettable characters, Mass Effect 2 is an absolute must-play. Trust me, once you start, you won't want to stop. All right, imagine diving into a game that feels like stepping into a twisted underwater city straight out of a dark fantasy. That's what Bioshock throws at you from the very start. It's this incredible mix of eerie atmospheres and action-packed gameplay that just hooks you in. Right away, you're exploring Rapture, this haunting, forgotten metropolis deep beneath the ocean, where the Art Deco style clashes with signs of chaos and decay. It's like a creepy, beautiful time capsule where every corner has a story to tell. What makes Bioshock stand out isn't just the setting, it's how it blends a gripping story with intense combat and smart choices. You're not just blasting enemies, you're tweaking your character's abilities with these unique powers that feel super cool to use, like bending the environment to your will or shocking foes from afar. The gameplay keeps you on your toes, mixing gunfights with strategic thinking. And it never feels repetitive because the city is so alive with secrets, upgrades, and surprises. But the real magic is the vibe. There's this constant feeling of mystery and tension that makes you want to uncover every hidden detail. Plus the characters you meet, the eerie audio logs scattered around, and the way the world reacts to your decisions all pull you deeper into this unforgettable experience. It's like a thrilling journey where the city itself is a character, haunting, beautiful, and full of unexpected twists. If you're into games that challenge your brain, make you think about the story behind the chaos, and deliver some serious action, Bioshock is a must-play. It's not just a shooter, it's an adventure that stays with you long after you put the controller down. You know that feeling when you get completely lost in a world that's all yours to shape? That's exactly what Minecraft is all about. From the moment you spawn into this endless blocky universe, your imagination takes the driver's seat. It's like handing you the ultimate digital sandbox where the only limit is how wild your creativity can get. Whether you want to build towering castles, dig deep into caves searching for rare treasures, or just survive the night battling mysterious creatures, Minecraft gives you the freedom to do it all. What really hooks you is how simple the game looks at first, but the deeper you dive, the more complex and rewarding it becomes. Crafting tools, gathering resources, and planning out your next move, it's like a thrilling puzzle mixed with endless exploration. Plus, there's something super satisfying about seeing your ideas come to life, block by block, turning a blank landscape into your own personal masterpiece. But beyond just building and surviving, Minecraft shines because it brings people together. Playing with friends, whether you're teaming up to explore or competing in fun challenges, adds a whole new level of excitement. It's this blend of freedom, creativity, and community that keeps players coming back again and again, making every session feel fresh and full of possibility. So if you're looking for a game that's relaxing but also challenges your imagination and can turn into whatever kind of adventure you want, Minecraft is that rare gem that keeps on giving. It's not just a game, it's a whole world where you're the hero, the builder, and the explorer all rolled into one. Have you ever wanted to step into a world so vast and alive that it feels like it has a heartbeat of its own? That's exactly what Skyrim delivers from the moment you load up the game. Imagine wandering through snow-capped mountains, dense forests, and ancient ruins, all while dragons soar overhead and villages buzz with life. It's a place where every path you take and every choice you make can lead to something totally unexpected. Skyrim isn't just about following a story, it's about carving your own legend in a world packed with endless adventure. You can be a fierce warrior charging into battle, a sneaky thief slipping through shadows, or a powerful mage bending magic to your will. The freedom to shape your character and approach every challenge your way makes every playthrough feel personal and fresh. What really pulls you in is the richness of the world itself. There are so many hidden caves, mysterious quests, and quirky characters that you'll find yourself exploring for hours without even realizing it. Plus, the way the environment reacts to your actions adds layers of depth that make the experience feel alive and immersive. If you love games that combine deep storytelling, massive open worlds, and the thrill of discovery, Skyrim is a must-play. It's one of those rare games where every journey feels epic because it's your story unfolding in a world that never stops surprising you. All right, let me just say Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas is one of those games that totally defined a generation for me. From the moment you step into CJ's shoes and roll through the streets of Los Santos, you're hit with this insane mix of nostalgia, freedom, and straight-up chaos. The world feels huge and alive, whether you're cruising lowriders through the hood, hitting up the gym to pump up CJ, or pulling off wild missions that keep you on the edge of your seat. The soundtrack? Absolute fire, setting the perfect vibe for every moment. What really makes San Andreas special is how it blends an epic story with so much freedom. You can dive into gang wars, customize your character, or just explore every corner of that massive map at your own pace. It's raw, it's gritty, and it's got that unbeatable 90s West Coast vibe that still holds up today. If you've never played it, trust me, you're missing out on a legendary open-world experience that's packed with heart, style, and non-stop fun.
I'm trying out for the MWF, homie. Don't you know what? Watch it, bitch.
Man, Resident Evil 4 is one of those games that just hits different every time you play it. Seriously, from the second you step into Leon Kennedy's shoes, you're thrown into this intense, creepy world that feels equal parts terrifying and totally thrilling. The atmosphere? Absolutely next level. Those creepy villages, dark forests, and insane enemies keep your heart pounding and your adrenaline pumping non-stop. What I love most is how the gameplay mixes tight, action-packed shooting, with these nerve-wracking moments where you gotta think fast and manage your resources like a pro. Plus, the over-the-shoulder camera was revolutionary back then and still feels so slick today. Every encounter feels fresh, every boss fight is a wild ride, and the story, while spooky, pulls you in with all its twists and turns. If you want a survival horror game that's packed with action, suspense, and pure excitement, Resident Evil 4 is an absolute must-play. Trust me, once you start, you won't want to put the controller down. Alright, Portal 2 is one of those games that just nails everything puzzle design, storytelling, and humor all wrapped up in this brilliantly unique package. I remember the first time I played it, and honestly, my brain was doing backflips trying to figure out those mind-bending portals. But that's what makes it so special. It challenges you to think in ways you never imagined, while never feeling frustrating or unfair. The writing? Absolutely top tier. Wheatley and GLaDOS bring this hilarious, quirky personality that keeps you laughing, even when you're stuck on a tricky puzzle. And the level design is so clever, with new mechanics and twists constantly shaking things up to keep you on your toes. Plus the co-op mode, pure gold for playing with friends and laughing at all the chaos you create together. Portal 2 isn't just a game, it's a total experience that blends smarts and fun perfectly. And if you haven't played it yet, you're seriously missing out. It's a masterpiece that stays fresh and exciting no matter how many times you dive back in.
Mass and velocity is conserved between portals. In layman's terms, speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out.
Alright, real talk, Tetris is one of those timeless games that just never gets old, no matter how many years go by. I mean, there's something so insanely satisfying about those falling blocks lining up perfectly and clearing lines. It's like a rhythm that just clicks in your brain. What's crazy is how simple the concept is, but the challenge ramps up so smoothly that it keeps you hooked for hours on end. Plus, it's the ultimate test of your focus and quick thinking, whether you're a casual player or a hardcore speedrunner chasing that perfect high score. And honestly, Tetris is pure magic, because it's the kind of game anyone can pick up, but mastering it, that's where the real fun and frustration kicks in. If you haven't spent at least one late night battling those blocks, you're missing out on a gaming classic that's as addictive as it is brilliant. Seriously, Tetris is proof that sometimes the simplest games are the absolute best. Man, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is one of those legendary games that completely blew me away from start to finish. I still remember sneaking through dense jungles, trying to stay hidden while hunting down enemies and surviving off the land. It's like the ultimate stealth survival experience. The atmosphere is absolutely immersive, with that thick, tense jungle vibe, combined with an epic Cold War spy story that's packed with twists, emotions, and some seriously memorable characters. What sets Snake Eater apart for me is how it blends classic stealth gameplay with survival mechanics. You're not just sneaking around, you're hunting for food, treating injuries, and adapting to the wild environment. Plus, the soundtrack and voice acting are straight up iconic, making every moment feel cinematic and intense. If you're into deep stories, brilliant stealth action, and a game that demands both brains and patience, Metal Gear Solid 3 is an absolute must-play that still holds up as one of the best in the series. Trust me, once you dive in, you'll be hooked. Oh man, Super Mario Galaxy is one of those magical games that totally changed the way I think about platformers. I remember the first time I jumped into those gravity-defying worlds, and just couldn't believe how creative and jaw-dropping the level design was. Every planet feels like its own little playground with crazy fun challenges that keep you exploring and experimenting non-stop. The way Mario moves through space jumping from tiny planets, spinning in zero gravity, and pulling off insane acrobatics is just pure joy. Plus the soundtrack, absolute perfection. It's so uplifting and epic, it makes every moment feel like a grand adventure through the stars. What makes Super Mario Galaxy truly special is how it balances that classic Mario charm with totally fresh, out-of-this-world ideas that keep you hooked from start to finish. If you haven't played it yet, trust me, you're missing out on one of the most imaginative and fun platformers ever made. It's a cosmic blast that's still as incredible today as the day it launched.
Oh, well, what did that do? Oh, it stuns all of them. A little bit disoriented, sorry. I need to be careful. Okay, let's stop. Let's stop messing with that. Just need a coin.
Alright, let's talk about Dark Souls. Alright, the game that's basically the ultimate test of your patience, skill, and pure stubbornness. I still remember the first time I died, and died again, feeling like I'd never make it out of that brutal, haunting world. But here's the thing, that struggle is exactly what makes Dark Souls so insanely rewarding. Every enemy feels like a real threat. Every boss fight is an epic battle that demands your full focus, and the world itself. It's this beautifully dark, mysterious place, packed with secrets and lore just waiting for you to uncover. The combat is tight and deliberate, pushing you to learn patterns, master timing, and think strategically. What really hooked me, though, was the atmosphere. That eerie silence broken only by distant echoes, the haunting music, and the feeling that every corner holds danger or discovery. Dark Souls isn't just a game, it's an experience that challenges you to get better, rewards your persistence, and leaves you with that unmatched satisfaction when you finally conquer the impossible. If you love games that push you to your limits and make every victory feel legendary, this one's a must-play. Man, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves is hands down one of those games that instantly hooked me from the very first moment. I mean, who doesn't love a wild adventure packed with jaw-dropping set pieces, insane parkour, and that perfect mix of action and storytelling? From the bustling streets of Nepal to the snowy peaks and ancient ruins, every environment feels alive and packed with secrets just waiting to be uncovered. What really blew me away was how the game balances cinematic moments with tight, fun gameplay. Whether you're sneaking past enemies, solving puzzles, or climbing some insanely detailed wall, it all just flows so smoothly. Plus, Nathan Drake's witty banter and the awesome cast make you feel like you're right there with them, living the adventure. Uncharted 2 isn't just a game, it's like being in your own epic action movie, and trust me, it's an absolute blast from start to finish. If you haven't played it yet, do yourself a favor and jump in, you won't regret it. Oh man, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, right? Where do I even start with this absolute classic? I still remember the first time I picked up the controller and stepped into Hyrule, feeling like I was about to go on the biggest adventure ever. The way the world opens up right from the start with those lush forests, towering mountains, and mysterious temples, it just pulls you in deep. What really makes Ocarina of Time so special is how it perfectly blends exploration, puzzles, and epic battles with that unforgettable story of courage and friendship. Playing as Link, you're not just hacking and slashing, you're solving ancient mysteries, playing magical tunes on the ocarina, and growing from a curious kid into a true hero. Plus those memorable moments, like riding Epona across fields or that heart-pounding final showdown with Ganondorf, stick with you forever. It's a game that defined an entire generation and still holds up today because it's just pure, timeless magic. Seriously, if you haven't experienced Ocarina of Time, you're missing out on one of the greatest adventures gaming has ever offered. Alright, let me tell you about The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This game completely blew my mind from the second I stepped into its world. If you're like me and love getting lost in huge, beautiful open worlds that feel alive and packed with stories, this one's a masterpiece. Playing as Geralt of Rivia, you're not just wandering around aimlessly. Every quest, every character, every choice feels meaningful and hits you emotionally. The landscapes? Jaw-droppingly gorgeous, from dense forests and war-torn villages to snowy mountains and eerie swamps. Plus, the combat is tight and satisfying, with all those signs, potions, and swords, making you feel like a real monster hunter. But what really sets The Witcher 3 apart is its storytelling. The characters are complex and unforgettable, the writing is sharp, and the world feels gritty and real. It's a wild ride full of twists, heartbreak, and jaw-dropping moments that keep you hooked for hours on end. Honestly, this isn't just a game, it's an epic saga you have to experience yourself.
Of course. Man, too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard. And we should...
Oh man, Chrono Trigger. Now here's a game that takes me straight back to those late-night gaming sessions when RPGs felt like magic. If you've ever dreamed of traveling through time, meeting unforgettable characters, and diving into a story that hits all the right emotional notes, this is the one. The moment you step into Chrono Trigger's world, you're hit with vibrant pixel art, an insanely catchy soundtrack, and gameplay that's smooth, strategic, and just plain fun. What really makes it stand out is how every choice and every timeline you explore feels meaningful. It's not just about fighting monsters, it's about shaping an epic story across past, present, and future. Plus, the chemistry between the characters is unreal. They're quirky, lovable, and their interactions pull you in like you're part of their crew. Whether you're battling in lush forests, futuristic cities, or ancient ruins, Chrono Trigger nails that perfect blend of nostalgia and timeless adventure. Honestly, it's one of those rare games that still feels fresh and exciting, no matter how many times you play it. And if you haven't experienced this masterpiece yet, you're seriously missing out on a legendary journey. Alright, let's talk about Doom from 1993. The game that basically defined what it means to be a first-person shooter. If you grew up with even a hint of a love for old-school gaming, you know exactly the rush I'm talking about when you load this beast up. Doom isn't just a game, it's a full-throttle, demon-blasting, adrenaline-pumping roller coaster that grabs you by the collar and doesn't let go. The moment you step into those dark maze-like corridors filled with snarling monsters and explosive action, you're hooked. The sound design? Insanely iconic, like those heavy guitars and explosive gunfire really put you in the thick of a hellish battle. What's wild is how Doom managed to be so fast-paced and fluid on hardware that was ancient by today's standards, proving that gameplay and atmosphere beat fancy graphics any day. Plus, the level design is tight, creative, and packed with secrets that keep you exploring and coming back for more. From the original pixelated glory to the insane multiplayer chaos it sparked, Doom laid the foundation for the entire FPS genre. Seriously, if you haven't experienced this classic, you're missing out on the purest form of gaming adrenaline. Doom is the definition of a timeless masterpiece that still kicks ass today. Okay, can we just take a moment to appreciate how Shadow of the Colossus is like nothing else out there? I mean, if you've ever played it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That feeling of stepping into this huge empty world where every encounter feels epic and personal. This game isn't about hordes of enemies or flashy combos. It's about hunting down these gigantic, breathtaking colossi, each one a massive puzzle and a thrilling climb all wrapped into one. The way you have to scale these living mountains to find their weak spots? Absolutely genius. The atmosphere is hauntingly beautiful. The vast landscapes, the eerie silence, broken only by the sound of your horse's hooves or the distant roar of a colossus. It's equal parts serene and intense, and the story? Man, it hits you right in the feels without even trying. It's this perfect blend of art, gameplay, and emotion, making every moment feel legendary. Honestly, Shadow of the Colossus isn't just a game. It's an experience, a journey, a masterpiece that sticks with you long after you put the controller down. If you haven't played it yet, you're seriously missing out on something truly special. Alright, let me tell you, Left 4 Dead 2 is one of those games that just never gets old. If you're like me and you love that pure, chaotic rush of surviving against insane odds with your squad, this game hits all the right notes. Picture this, you and 3 friends trapped in a world overrun by hordes of zombies that don't just walk, they swarm, they leap, they grab you, and they never stop coming. The adrenaline? Through the roof. What makes Left 4 Dead 2 so special is the perfect mix of frantic action and teamwork. You gotta watch each other's backs, share ammo, and coordinate like your life depends on it. Because it absolutely does. The maps are insanely varied and packed with tense moments that keep you on edge, from creepy abandoned towns to foggy swamps. Plus, the special infected enemies are total nightmares in the best way, forcing you to adapt and strategize on the fly. It's fast-paced, it's brutal, and it's ridiculously fun. Honestly, whether you're going for that clutch rescue or making that last stand in a hailstorm of bullets, Left 4 Dead 2 delivers an unforgettable co-op experience every single time. If you haven't jumped into this zombie madness yet, grab your crew and get ready, because this game is pure heart-pounding chaos done right. Alright, that's it for today's video on 20 timeless video games that still hold up today. If you had fun or found some new games to check out, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more content like this. And seriously, drop your thoughts or your favorite games from the list in the comments. I'm always excited to hear what you guys think. Thanks a ton for watching, and I've got some awesome videos coming up soon, so stay tuned.